It's been a minute. Hello, it's been a minute since I've come on live at this time of night. This is the time that I am asleep because I wake up around 3:30, between 3:30 and 4 o'clock. That's not going to happen today. Because yesterday, are we past midnight already? Was so good, and it was so productive. Yes. Well, we're in a new day. We're in Wednesday now. In terms of getting some things done, I said I'm so energized, but I usually go to sleep between 8 o'clock, between 8 and 9, and so I've got some things I want to share with you. I'm not going to put it off. First of all, I miss being in the room with everybody. I love being in the room. I was talking to my mentor, Mike Williams. You know, we have a training, an intense training, April the 14th and 15th. And so I was talking to him today, and he said, Brownie, I miss being in the room with people. I said, I do too, even though I'm scared, but I'm going to bring my mask and everything and my air purification system, and we're going to all be safe. But I'm not even letting people know where the training is. You can go and inquire at lesbrown.com. But why, Les? Because I don't want just anybody rolling up on me and my guests. No, it's exclusive. But I want to share some things with you. I was thinking about this is a different time. And because of my having a birthday, February the 17th, and I am 78, I've been doing a lot of thinking. It causes you to reflect I have more yesterdays than I do tomorrows. And so now I'm doing something I wish I had done when I was much younger. And that is, I ask myself a question if I get an attitude about something. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? When I was younger, young and dumb, I would not have taken the time. But there's so many situations that I should have asked myself, is it worth it? A person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. And the reason I'm sharing this with you and why I'm going to talk to you tonight, because I think I owe it to you to share with you why I'm here, how I've been able to achieve what I've achieved against all odds in a culture that is designed and stacked against you. Now, I'd like to, if you'd like to know, I want to see some flames or something. I want to share some things with you of what's required. And what I'm seeing now, and it just even becoming more powerful. Oh, thank you. Somebody said that I'm looking good. Okay, thank you. I take that. Thank you. And so I want to share some things with you, just preparing to get on tonight. I asked one friend, can you get me on? And told him how I wanted position. And within 10 seconds, he said, no. I said, I don't accept that. Let me share something with you, ladies and gentlemen. We've been programmed to say no. Programmed. And so what you have to do, if you got some goals and dreams you want to achieve, and I want you to listen to me, because I'm not putting stuff off. The reason is I know that, and somebody said this to me just out of the blue. He said, when you leave home, man, or you family members or friends leave home, don't take it for granted they're coming back. Wow. And that's real. But when you're at a certain age, what time matters. And I find myself living with a greater sense of urgency of things that I want to do with my life first, living a a life that has meaning and value and made a difference. Today I was talking to Willie Jolly, who's one of the first speakers I trained, who wrote the book called "A Setback is a Setup for a Comeback." And I asked Willie a question after we talked for a while. I said, Willie, what is it you like to do before you leave here? We're older now. You know, we have an exit date. Nobody's figured out how to get out of how to get out of life alive. And he paused for a moment. He said, I don't want to die twice. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, you have a physical death, and your second death is when people no longer talk about you. So he said, I want to live my life in such a way that people will be talking about me for a long time, and that will keep my spirit alive. Wow. I believe that people die 3 times: a physical death, and we die to the life that we look at and tell ourselves we can't do it, and living a life that does not matter, no impact. And so my brothers and sisters, they're asking, why are you so actively engaged? Because I love life, and I'm enjoying myself, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm helping people. This is what I do. So I've been seeing a lot of promotion and advertising because so many people understand now that your ability to present, your ability to speak, it's major. I had a mentor, Mr. Leroy Washington. He said, Mr. Brown, you want to become successful? I said, yes, sir. He said, 1, develop your mind. You don't get in life what you are, you get in life. You don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. He said, 2, practice OQP, only quality people. And 3, once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. He said, work on your communication skills. And that was very important for me because I'm in special education. I admired him and his students and how they communicated. And I wanted to know him, and I wanted him to know me. I want to learn from him because of how he expressed himself, his communication skills, a speech and drama instructor. But I want to talk to you now. If you've got a business, if you are a speaker, you're a coach, you have something that you want to do, if you're in sales, multi-level marketing, whatever you are doing. Because I see so many people spending thousands of dollars for branding, to be known. And the people who represent them are only known by their family and friends, if that. The indigenous people have a saying, you don't get to speak on that which you don't experience. I love that. I love that. That's real. And so what I want to talk to you about, how to become known faster. I want to explain this to you a way that's easy and you're going to get it quickly. When George Foreman was called upon by the people who make the barbecue grill, millenniums don't know anything about this. Why did he ask George Foreman to do it? Because George Foreman, he came back. He fought in the Olympics, and he walked around the ring with an American flag in his hand. And that made him an icon in his own right. And he sold a barbecue grill, made millions of dollars. Why companies, when Michael Jordan or any of the other sports personalities, when they are joining and becoming successful, they're on a winning team, I think those corporations run to track them down, to sign them up on a contract, because they bring an audience. To become known faster is to get with someone that's already known. And I look at people and listen to people with these defeated conversations, telling me what they can't do. They don't know. I'm not the one. I don't believe in that. I'm talking to you tonight because I just was persistent and said, no, I want to talk to somebody tonight. And they said, oh, it can't be done. I said, I don't believe that. Then call somebody knows. So I got one person right off the top, no, it can't be done. And got another person say, we'll figure it out. You want to be around people like that. People will say, we'll figure it out. Now, as a kid, we used to say, to demonstrate that something is impossible, you got as much chance of doing that as a man going to the moon. You can't say that anymore. Why? We figured it out. Warner Van Braun was asked by John F. Kennedy, who was president, Mr. Von Braun, what will it take for us to beat the Russians to the moon? And the collective consciousness now was, you got as much chance you doing that as a man going to the moon. And Warner Van Braun, a very brilliant German scientist brought from Germany during the Holocaust. And he said, the will to do it. That's it. He didn't say anything else. And the photographers and all the news reporters and all the press and John F. Kennedy Jr. John F. Kennedy looked, waiting. Come on, it's got to be something else. He didn't say anything else. He sat back. And John F. Kennedy thought about it. He said, let's have a news conference tomorrow morning. And the next morning, he said to the world, we're going to the moon. We're going to do it in 10 years. It did it in 8. Les, how did you get here? How did you develop the level of credibility where AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, General Electric, IBM, Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 50 companies? How is it that you, labeled educable, mentally retarded, born in Liberty City, an abandoned building on the floor with a twin brother, how did you get to be selected by Toastmasters, Golden Gavel Award, National Speakers Association, Heise Award? How did you get selected among the top 5 speakers in the world? How'd you become known? I worked at it. And I want you to write this down. Whatever you do, become so good you cannot be ignored, and people will talk about you. That's how you become known faster. I opened for a gentleman. Tola, show them who I opened for, please. So Tola, can you see me? Am I live? Because I don't see any comments.
You are live.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, can you read some comments for me, Tola, or either come get my phone and I can read them?
Absolutely. We've got comments coming in right now. I'm going to put them on the screen.
can I continue? Oh, you gonna put me on in 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'm back on. Excellent. I want y'all to have some comments and I can read them off the telephone. Let me share this with you. And I thought about this, how what I would say to the younger Les Brown: continue your effort to make your life count. Now, look at this. The screen getting dim. I'm about to lose my power. Oh, Tola, you're not here with me. My iPad is about to die. After all this work we did.
I'm going to call Dr. Anita now.
Dr. Anita? No, she... Wait a minute. No, it's it. Wow. No, Tola. I don't know why it's not working.
It's not charging. We can hear and see you well.
Okay, hold a minute.
Yes,
I can get... Oh, I got something else here. I can do this. Jim Betty to the rescue. All right. I'm a gadget man. You know what? It's the cord. Okay. No. I got 5%. I'm coming. Hold on. Oh, boy. Excellent. All right. Okay. Let's do this. Let me see.
I just heard that magical sound. I think the iPad's charging now.
Yes. Tola?
Yes, sir, Mr. Brown.
Put the mute button on for just a minute, please.
Absolutely.
Okay, we found my charger, and I'm believing that it's going to survive because I want to talk. I got to talk to somebody. My friend Tyrone, I have a squirrel friend named Tyrone, and Tyrone has been under the weather lately. So I want you to please hold Tyrone in your prayers. But I want to have a fireside chat without a fireside. I want to share some things with you that as George Wallace, the comedian, would be saying, I be thinking. And one of the things that has really triggered me is how my family and friends, but not all my family members, not all my friends, but many of these young people out here who want to become known as speakers. Number one, they come gunning for me. It's enough for everybody. I'm 78. And I heard one speaker, and I've been watching him for a minute. He's popular, very popular, and very good. And so a speaker he trained. Now I would never do that. I would never do this. And this speaker he trained introduced him as the #1 speaker in the world. Been speaking a hot minute. #1 in the world. You will never hear it come out of my mouth, #1 in the world. No. But I would not allow anybody on my stage to say that about me or someone else. Everybody, they got their place, but like Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, he's the founder. He is from my perspective, the father of motivation. He wrote the book called The Power of Positive Thinking. And so Dr. Peale, I wanted to know him. Why? Proximity, and write this down, is power and influence. And it's impactful because he's known. I wanted to become known because if I'm standing next to him, it's quite natural. People say the people who love him, who know him, who respect him, who trust him, who's that with him? That he's got his arm around him and he has his arm around that young man. Who's that? Now, this is during the time there was nobody on stage looked like me. But all you young people and all of you older people who want to be in a space of changing lives, and it's very important to do that. There's a lot going on, people. There's things affecting the psyche of people that just, you can't make sense of it. You got to be crazy to think like crazy. So we need voices that can speak and people will listen to, that can educate people and share their wisdom and their experiences to push humanity forward and to save the minds of our children. Our children are very vulnerable. When I was a kid, all you had in terms of media, ABC, CBS, and NBC. Church is out. That's it. Today, I remember as a kid, the difference between an adult and a child is information. That's what it was. Not now. Kids exposed to all kinds of stuff. All kinds. I read with this young boy, his mother, I think, took his iPad or phone, and he burned the house down. This is a different place. So we don't want to just sit back and just watch. We want to do something. I was talking to one of my sons today and telling them about an educational program that I'm familiar with that I think would be very good for him to learn during this summer. He can learn Mandarin or Spanish or something. And so I'm looking ahead to be proactive because the school system does not educate, it indoctrinates. You got some of these representatives from Florida trying to make it worse. I don't want to get political, bring out the Les Brown, the activist. But I want to hear I was coming into an industry, nobody looked like me, and I wanted to be able to speak to audiences from around the world. And Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, his book, The Power of Positive Thinking, that really ignited the self-development industry along with Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret in the World. So I wanted to be near Dr. Peale. I went to see him. I went to seminars and workshops. He had a deep voice. You got something. You got greatness in you. You got great stuff in you. And always think positive. And I remember being backstage. the first time we met, and he and here's another reason why how to become known faster. Develop a signature speech that you're known by, that impact people and take them to a new level in terms of their thinking and performance and behavior and their income, and they leave your presence admiring you and go around talking about you. So somebody told Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, now Dr. George Frazier said this, and I love this. He said, people say it's not what you know, it's who you know. And he says, no, who you know and what they know about you. So when Dr. Norman Vincent Peale was looking for someone to open for him in Illinois, a friend of mine talked to him and said, I know a young man that would be perfect. His name is Les Brown. And he knew me to be a good speaker. And so most people don't realize, and I owe this to you and share this with you because I believe that T.D. Jakes is right, that there's no success without successors. And so my goal is to work with some people that are hungry, that are willing to make the investment, that are willing to put in the work so that they can, if they have a passion for making a difference in people's lives, I can teach you how to do that and how to tell your story and how to make money as well as impact off your story, or of your skills, your talents, your business, your sales, all of that. This is great time. People talk about, and it's very important. Don't watch the media. No, you can't watch that stuff and expect to have a normal mind. And so I didn't have millions of dollars poured into me like Tony Robbins. That Gunther Rinker and that organization poured that money into him on his infomercial. I sent them my information on an 8-track. It said, you got an inspiring story, but you black. And they said they didn't think America was ready for a black motivational speaker. And so I wrote them back and said, thank you for reminding me that I'm black. I never would have known that if you hadn't told me. I'll see you from the top. Oh, behave. So, but here's what. There are things that happen to you. You think they're there just to destroy you? No. It happens for you because they made it so hard for me. I became better and better and better to the extent that none of them wanted me to open. Always wanted me to be the last speaker because I didn't leave nothing on the stage, took no prisoners, and ate the wounded. But they made it so difficult. But I still became known anyhow. And this man, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, he made a statement. He endorsed me. He said, Les Brown has a rare gift for storytelling. And when he said that, Dexter Yeager heard about it from Amway, and then they invited me to speak to 80,000 people in the Georgia Dome. Proximity. Who you know and what they know about you. And so what the guy who put the event knew about me was, and he had just seen me, that Les Brown is good. They got Jim Rohn, they got Tony Robbins, they got Zig Ziglar, they got Dennis Waitley, all these speakers out there. They said, but man, that guy, Les Brown, Mamie Brown's baby boy, Mr. You Gotta Be Hungry. He said, hey, that's the dude. If you want somebody who can turn that stadium upside down. And so it's oh, wait a minute. If you're hungry to go, oh, you mean I can go to You Gotta Be Hungry? Can I hear you, Tola?
Absolutely. I'm just letting everybody know if you are hungry to go to lesbrown.com.
Oh, that's right. If they want to, yeah, I got a speaker training. I haven't even mentioned my speaker training. I forgot that. Okay, thank you so much, Tola. Listen, I've got this training, and we're going to teach you how to tell your signature story. I'm going to pull it out. It's for a small group, got a limited number of people there. And go to lesbrown.com if you'd like to find out more information. We don't have the address where it's taking place because I don't want it's exclusive, and I don't want just anybody rolling up on us. No, this is a select number of people. I'm doing what TD Jakes said. He said that there's no success without successors. In fact, I want to share something with all of you because I don't do this often. Would you like this page and share it? Like this page and share. Some people are not able to get a good night's sleep. I've been having some challenges with that too. I've asked it for some gummies and with THC. Organic, of course. Where was I just? I'm having too much fun. So you want somebody that's known. So I wanted to be next to him. And I opened for him in several places. And that accelerated my growth and development. I was talking to a guy the other day. He knows me. I know him. He's coming out with a book. He said he paid his PR agency $20,000 to promote him. I said, okay, very good. Now you know me and I know you. And I wrote the foreword and supported you. But you're saying you want me now to interview you on my platform, but you have paid an agency $20,000. Nobody knows that agency. I said, you know what? They say opportunity knocks on every door. No. Opportunity does not knock on every door. Opportunity stands by silently waiting for you to recognize it. So this guy who I know, he didn't recognize that they did an organic Google search and over 2.4 billion people are going online to find me. My voice is on over 500 motivational compilations. And so the thing is that it's easier to make it today. Why, Les? Because so many people are so distracted and operating from a limited mindset at a time where you have to be expansive in your thinking and have the possibility mindset like Tola. I'll figure it out. I figured out. And I figured out how to make my story with the coaching from Mike Williams so compelling. And I want you to write this down, to create a demand for it. There are people teaching you how when you get on stage in these public seminars, how you can hold the audience in your hand and inspire them to run to the back of the room and buy your programs. Well, that is if you are good at the microphone. When you're speaking, if you touch their lives, if you ignite something in their spirit and heart, if you transform them, that seems like that would make common sense. Man, you know what? The thing up here has not turned green yet. And I see the little electric sign, and it's about to die again. Tola, can you set me up on my iPhone?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think if you see the electricity symbol, you are good to go, Pops.
And so it's not going to cut off for me?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, if it does, I'll call you. Let me plug this. Let me turn this off now. Yeah, all right. You sure it's not going to cut off?
I'm sure.
Okay, very good. Can we have a little bit?
Ooh, let's do it.
You name it. Make it easy on yourself.
No, you know my bank account is. I'm gonna go with $50.
Okay, you got it. I'll give you $100.
It's a
If
deal.
you win, you give me 50. All right. Are we live?
We are live.
Fantastic. This is legal. This is legal vetting. All right. Now, where was I just now, Tola? What was I talking about?
You were just talking about the I'll figure it out mindset.
Yeah. This is the time now. The people that are going to make it now are thinkers. They're creative. They're innovators. Because so many people are so distracted, so depressed, so lonely, filled with anxiety, and many have checked out. And if you are anchored, I'll keep thee in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. Come on now, come on. If you are focused on the reality that you're made in the likeness and image of God, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts should be established. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. If you anchor yourself spiritually and get a ritual of things that you listen to, things that you read, music that you play, to pour into you before you check into the world. I've deliberately, people ask me, why you laugh so much? Why you smile? Because I'm happy. I deliberately decide I'm going to be happy. I'm here. Every day is a great day. If you don't believe it, try missing one. I remember my brothers were here, my birth brothers that we found, and my twin brother. And I came upstairs and said, hey, I want y'all to see my bathroom. You won't believe the shower curtains. And I came up the steps and they were down at the bottom of the steps. I said, hey, come on up. And they said, you just went right up. Yes, this is where my room is up here. I want to show y'all something. And so my twin brother said, I can't come up, Leslie. You know, I got a lift at the house. Oh, okay. And then my other two brothers, they said, no, we passed. They're 5 years younger. Now, well, I'm sharing this with you. Go after something that matters to you, that fuels your energy, that will generate in you persistence, patience, and perseverance. Something that's in your heart, something that turns you on, something that you love so much you'll do it for nothing, but you do it so well that people will pay you to do it. I spoke many times, didn't get paid a dime, and recorded it, reel to reel, or cassette tape, and took it to Mike Williams, and we would sit and listen to it, and he would give me feedback. You need a coach. You need somebody around you who know more than you about what you're going after. And remember, one of the biggest challenges I had to face was to stay unplugged from the world. Be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so I spent more hours working on me, more hours listening to motivational recordings, more hours reading. Every day, I paid more attention to my mind and my dream and my goal of buying my mother a home to say thank you for adopting us. Thank you. Dorothy Bell Rucker gave me life. Mamie Brown taught me how to live life. And my mother had a great spirit of gratitude. Mamie Brown had a third grade education, but she had a PhD in mother wit. Boy, oh, my mama was something there. Leslie, yes, ma'am, mama. You run around with 9 broke people, boy, you're going to end up being number 10. Leslie, yes, ma'am, mama. Miss Cott called and said that you were late to school. You be late one more time, I'm going to whoop your behind till they roke like okra. And I took all this stuff in while my brothers and sisters outside playing. I'll be in the house. Mama, what is it, Leslie? Tell me a story. I tell you these stories all the time. I said, I know Mama and I love them. I didn't realize while my brothers and sisters outside playing, doing other stuff, I love stories. And Mama would tell some good stories, and I would love them. And I would rub her ankles swollen from arthritis. And I did not know that as a result of that, I developed a love for stories, and I love doing it. It's a calling on my life. A calling is something you love so much that you do it for nothing, and you do it so well that people will pay you to do it. What do you love? What's in your heart? Because you were chosen for something. And here's what I know about you because of my own shortcomings, that you can get so sucked in by life, by family members and friends, that you lose yourself. You don't even know why you're here anymore. That's why so many people are checking out, saying it ain't worth it, because they've lost their way. They're disconnected. I found myself being stressed out about a lot of stuff, and all of a sudden somebody said, hey, stop and check yourself. Like you get an oil change, check yourself. And I found that all the stuff that stressed me out, it was not my stuff. Over 80% other people's stuff. And so I started saying no. I started focusing and having more time for reading, to think, to write. And right now, I know I got a good 15 to 20 years in me, if not more, because I'm increasing my taking care of myself, being actively engaged and a warrior against dementia and Alzheimer's and being physically dependent. I don't want my children to be burdened by me because I didn't take the responsibility to take care of myself. And I don't know if they even like me like that. Can you imagine? You sit up somewhere and you can't move, and they start having flashbacks. You remember that time you beat me for nothing? No, I don't. No. Life is for loving and for laughing and living and making every day count. Every day won't be a good day, but there's some good in every day. And I have a spirit of gratitude. I have a way now when I'm looking at stuff, I'm laughing. Because T.D. Jakes said another point I love very much. He said, if you got a problem and man or money can solve it, you ain't got no problem. He's absolutely right. And so I'm saying, take a chance on you. You want to become known? Connect with somebody that's on the level where you want to go. I went to the workshops and the seminars of Dr. Norman Vincent Peale until somebody introduced us and said he is a good speaker, and I opened for him. That endorsement, that picture, my arms around him and his arms around me, and he put it in his own magazine to his database, had my phone ringing off the hook. And speakers bureaus wouldn't accept me. I sent them my picture, my bio, and they didn't respond. So when I spoke for Dr. Peale, and he saw me and the impact that I brought, he said, hi. He said, let me share something with you, young man. You have a rare gift. If I can ever be of any help to you, let me know. I said, yes, I'd like to be a part of some speakers bureaus so I can get some speaking engagements. He said, okay. He said, just call him and tell him that's what you like to do. I said, I've done that. And they said, no. And one guy said, Dr. Peel, we don't have your kind in our magazine. He said, is that right? I said, yes, sir. Give me your phone number. I gave him my phone number. The next day, my phone started ringing off the hook. Speakers bureaus from everywhere started calling me. Because Dr. Bill said, hey, look, are you putting out your catalog? Yeah. Do you know a guy named Les Brown? No. Well, you need to know him. He needs to be in your catalog. Wait a minute. Is that color guy, right? Yeah. Wow. No. He said, okay. Well, I won't be in there this year. Take it easy. They call him back. We can find some place for him. Oh, it's not what you know, but who you know and what they know about you. You got to put in the work. You got to build the relationships. And you got to earn people's respect. Average is over. It's over. Now, I'm telling you what I know. And you have to look at yourself and just give yourself the benefit of the doubt and say, nobody's coming. I got this. I'm going to make my life, my last days count on the planet. I'm not going to be walking around like I got one foot on the banana peeling and the other one on the graveyard. I've got goals and dreams and things I want to do for my children and for my grandchildren. And that other generation there, my great-grandchildren. So I'm cranking it up because I'm in overtime, 78. And that's why I don't want to work with everybody now. I just want to work those of you that can hear my voice. And somebody said, well, I don't have the money. Well, there's never a shortage of money, just a shortage of hunger and determination and willingness to do what's required to generate it. How you going to teach people how to pull off overcoming financial odds and you saying what you don't have? That don't sound like possibility thinking to me. Bet on you, make it happen. Never shortage of money, just a shortage of thinking. That's what Ed Foreman told me, executive development. I got the money to go to the seminar. I didn't have enough money to fly there, so I went on a Greyhound bus from Miami, Florida to Houston, Texas. Who would have thought that guy they called Frogman, because my mother fixed me some marinated frog legs to go on this trip from Miami to Dallas, Texas, with the dream of being a speaker and earning money to buy my mother a home. What would make somebody do that? You got to be hungry. How did you know that you'll be able to make it? I didn't know. Stop asking how. There's some things that you will learn how to do. Everybody came here the same way. Dumb, naked, and speechless. Nobody came here knowing anything. Nobody came here talking. It's called life. You have to learn. And especially now. And you got to be hungry. You got stuff working against you. The powers that be keep the poor people at each other's throats with religion and politics. This time that you got to ask, what matters? I can tell you what matters for me: peace. Having loving relationships and doing things that I love, like I'm talking to you now. I love you, can't even see you, but I know you my peeps. Because negative, toxic people, if they listen to me too long, they begin to get warps and they get a limp in their walk. Yeah. And sometimes the ears grow if they listen to this positive stuff too much. Peace, love, and joy. because stuff's going to happen, but it won't govern your mindset. You're going to take some hits. You get knocked down, but you won't be knocked out. Stuff's going to happen to you. Yeah, this is true. It's called life. Think it not strange you face the fiery furnaces of this world. Invest in yourself. Get around people who've got something going for them. You know, a lady said to me, Janelle, a friend I just got last week, and she said, there are people that do business with people that they like and who can't help them. And I thought about the people that I like them, but they didn't get the job done and even stole from me and sent me a text. You ought to apologize to me. Take the time to see who's in your room. Was a profound speech I'm listening to and training. Who's in your room? Woo! I don't want to go into it tonight. Who's around you? If something happens to you, who can you call? Your bread and butter person. And I was working to not be able to be fired again. I got tired of being fired, and I realized the universe is saying, create your own job. But what do you bring to the table? I love to help people. I love to make people feel good. I love to make them laugh. And what do people talk to you about? Their problems. They always come and tell me their stuff. And they say I make them feel good. I make them look at it differently. Or tickle them and forget it to some extent. They become distracted. A calling is something you love so much you do it for nothing. But you do it so well that people pay you to do it. Get around the right people right now. You don't know how much time you got left. Decide that you're not, that you were chosen out of 400 million sperm not to be cooped up and living a small life and working on a job that's not you just to pay the bills. They pay you just enough to keep you from quitting, and you work just hard enough to keep from getting fired. Decide that you're going to respond to that part of your heart where your heart is there, your treasure is also. It says, there's more in me. I deserve better than this. And go for it. And understand, everybody's not going to like it. There's going to be some sacrifices. Things going to happen to you. Some people will walk away. But you'll be feeling better about yourself because you get to know that you only get one life. And I believe in a one to a casket. When you go, they're going to put you in there by yourself. So I'm living this life the way I want to live my life. And I'm committed to those of you that can hear me to help you to learn how to live a life that will outlive you. If you go to, so I'm doing this training April the 14th and the 15th in Atlanta, Georgia. So you go to lesbrown.com if you're interested in having me as your coach. So let me share with you what the benefits will be. I want you to write this down. You want to become known? Get somebody who's already known. Put their arms around you and share their audience and their credibility and their influence with you. Have them write the foreword for your book, and I will do that. Have them endorse your book. and I will do that. Have them expose you on their platforms, and I will do that. Or you can waste time and money and years trying to figure out how you can get to where he is. And it took him 52 years on the planet to get to that level of respect and what some will call legendary. And you have the opportunity to leverage that. I can't afford it. One of my granddaughters wants some Beyonce tickets. Not even good seats, they say, $650. You know, Mama say people buy what they want and beg for what they need. I made it happen. I like what Myron Golson said, the easy hard rule. You make things easy for people, it's going to be difficult for them later on. But if you make it difficult for them to get through something, it's going to be easier because they've grown and became stronger mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Yes. So I'm still fired up, but this is your moment. If you're still with me, I want to share a quote with you. I've been thinking about people that I know who are in a very difficult place, and or someone they know, and they're always asking as if there's a silver bullet. When you were going through some tough times, what are the things you did? The number one thing that I did, I didn't focus on what I was going through. I didn't think about I didn't have the money. I saw myself having the money and constantly working toward getting to it. That was my red sea. I saw a title on something called "The Obstacle is the Way." I had to get past some no's and rejections and shut doors to get to what I wanted. And so I kept focused on that. That's where I put my energy. When you think about your problems, that debilitates you, that robs you of your energy. No, I don't feel like I'm 78. And I don't act like it. And I move faster than the people I work around, and they work around me. I'm the first one up and the last one to go to sleep at night. There's more in you than you can ever begin to imagine. This is a time that life is fragile. We already know that. You want to live it on your terms, doing something you want to do. Hey, Tola, please take that down. Get endorsed by Les Brown. They ain't going to get endorsed by me. Let's say in my program, take that down. No. I don't endorse any and everybody. People I train. I've got some very successful speakers out here. One of my speakers, Dr. Shirley Davis, just won the Golden Gavel Award for Toastmasters. Yes, she's the second female to do that. It's a 300,000 member organization. I won that as well. And this time, this industry is by 2024, $1 billion a day. Online learning, $1 billion a day. It's serious. And I read that. I said, some of that money's got my name on it. Today, you want to create 5 buckets of income. I got one medication. You know, I'm a 32-year fourth stage cancer conqueror, it's $10,000 a month. You want to be in a position if something happened to you or someone you care about, you can do more than just pray for them. And you want to be as independent as long as you possibly can. And you want experiences with people you care about. And you want to live a life that matters and has purpose and meaning. I can't wait to get up in the morning and have the laughs to go to sleep at night. So you're listening to me. If you in your heart, if you have a passion for people, I want to put my arms around you. If you love people and want to make a difference in people's lives, I want to give you a big hug. If you, like me, that you like to make people feel good and laugh and just grateful to be here, you know, I want to hug you too. Okay, here's another one. If you like to learn how to earn money doing what you love doing and make exceptional money, I mean, walk away money. And I mean, learn how to make money while you sleep. I mean, am I talking to you up in here, Then I'm your guy. So you can direct message me if you're willing and want to make the investment in yourself. My high-end clients are one-on-one. I only deal with 17 at a time. And the training is taking place in Atlanta, April 14th and 15th. But people one-on-one, you can direct, I guess that's what they say, direct message me, however. And my staff will respond to you and vet you. I don't work with everybody. No. All money is not good money. Yeah. The time that I have left, I'm going to spend it serving God and doing the greater work and helping others do the same thing. I'm still not sleepy, but good night, good night, good night. Or these millennials don't know what you're talking about. Good night, Miss Calabish, wherever you are. Jimmy Durante. Oh my goodness, you have lost it. I think you're getting sheepy, Les. Sheep is different from sleepy. Sheepy is past sleepy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing this workshop, and those of you who love to smile and love to have good social positive connections, who love life and have a spirit of gratitude that you're still here, I'd love to meet you one day. But in the meantime, bye-bye. Bye-bye. I think I'm getting sleepy now. All right. But if you want to go to my training. It's called Speak to the World. Speak to the World. Training is April 14th and 15th. You might have seen the promotion on it. So go to lesbrown.com. Thank you so very much. You have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it. Bye-bye.